Hi guys, in this video I'm going to explain you how to create a cube using an isometric guide. You can go to my site and download it from there so that you can work better with this assignment. Remember, a cube is the basic building block for isometric drawings. So once you mastered how to work with the cube, then you will probably be drawing more complex shapes in no time. So let's get started. First, I'm going to go to my properties, having my selection tool active. I'm going to go to my properties panel and I'm going to make sure that the snap options are off. All of the snap options are off. Why? Because I'm going to use the pen tool and I want the pen tool to snap to my guides, okay? And if I have some of these on, then the snapping won't be exact, okay? So that's very important before you start working. Then I'm going to press P to activate my pen tool. I'm going to zoom in so that you can see better. And then I'm going to create my cube in here. Remember, in an isometric drawing, we can see the three faces of an object. So I'm going to start by creating the first face. And as you can see, I'm just moving my pen around and it automatically helps me to snap my anchor point right in the intersection of those guides, okay? Then I am going to continue creating the second face of my cube. And finally, the third face of my cube. Now, remember that when we create 3D objects, the thing that allows it to really pop up, to really give that effect, are shades and light, okay? And we can only do that with colors. So I'm going to open my properties panel, click in my first shape, and since that will be the shade, I'm going to pick a dark color for that face. Then I am going to pick a slightly lighter color for that face, and finally the lightest face, okay? So as you can see, that was pretty easy, creating a cube. I'm going to zoom in. These intersections happen when we don't have rounded gaps in our strokes. So to avoid that, I am going to select all of my shapes, go to the stroke properties and click in the corner in the round joints, okay? So I can have those smooth corners of my drawings. Now that you've practiced creating these cubes, let's play a little bit with color, okay? I have 3 cubes over here and I'm going to work with the color guide panel and the color panel. I'm going to release them from there so I can have them better there. So we have shades and tints. These are pretty much the basis when we create isometric drawings, because we need for one face of our shape to be darker than the other one, okay? So in here, as you can see, this will be my base color. So I'm going to pick one for this one. I think I'll go for pink. I want a pink. And as you can see, automatically when I choose one of that color, it gives me shades and it gives me tints. So I'm going to paint this one. I'll pick this color for the upper face, and then I'm going to pick a darker color for the left face and a lighter color for the right face, okay? And you can do the same with the other one. If I want to paint this one orange or yellow, I already have my shades and my tints, so I'm going to pick this one for my upper face, then this one for my left face, and this one for my lighter face. Instead of me using the color picker and guessing or moving my picker around, then I can simply work with the color guide and the color panels to paint all my shapes. Okay, now we've mastered the cube and its colors. What about if I want to create more complex shapes? Let's start by creating a tower. I'm going to simply group this cube and I'm going to press Alt and move it down, following the guides, and I'm going to send it backward, okay? So I can only see these 2 faces of my cube. And then I'm going to copy this one more time by pressing Alt and send it backward. And then I'll do it one more time and send it backward. Okay, now I have a tower. What if I want to create a letter L? Let me group this and move it to a side. I'm going to copy this one more time, send it to the back. Now I have the base for my L, and then I'm going to duplicate this one more time, the same, send it backward, press Alt one more time, and send this cube backward. And just like that, I have an L. Practice this. For example, what if I want to write love in this part? How would you arrange all these cubes? Okay, let's do this together. Perfect. Now we've created our word. To practice this, you just need to understand or to follow the guides. That's where the guides are for. And just moving your cubes around and play with them until you have your isometric drawing, okay? You can even find inspiration. For example, using this worksheet, you can use it as a reference to know exactly where to place all those cubes and create different shapes, okay? So this is pretty much the basic on how to use the grid in Illustrator to create isometric drawings. So now it's your turn to practice and experiment with this.